Good afternoon and welcome. The ceremony is starting now, so please settle the body into a comfortable position. We will begin with 5 minutes of silent meditation. Venerable members of the Sangha and assembled lay community, a very warm welcome to all of you gathered here today for this year's Royal Kathina celebrations at Amaravati Buddhist Monastery. We have come here wishing to make a Kathina offering to the Sangha, which has spent the Rains Retreat at Amaravati. This year is particularly special, having both Lompo Samedo and Lompo Pasano completing the Rains here. This year we are once again honoured by His Majesty the King of Thailand with his offering of a Kathina robe, which will be presented by Mrs. Peng Tan and Mr. Kim Heng. Also, their friends are helping with the offering of other cloth and requisites. We also extend a particularly warm welcome today to visiting Sangha members. Lompo Suchito, previous abbot of Chittaviveka Buddhist Monastery. Tanajan Karuniko, also previous abbot of Chittaviveka Buddhist Monastery. Tan Ajahn Jitindaro, the abbot of Hartridge Buddhist Monastery in Devon. And Tan Ajahn Ahimsako, the abbot of Chittaviveka Buddhist Monastery at Chithurst. The community is also delighted to have the presence of Mr. Natapong Sitichai, Minister of Office, representative of the Royal Thai Embassy of the Kingdom of Thailand to the United Kingdom, and also Mr. Pacharapon Padarmpa, Councillor, Mr. Samira Dayasikara, Councillor of the Sri Lankan High Commission. To give you an outline of the proceedings today, we will start the ceremony by paying respect to the shrine, led by Lompo Pasano. And then the lay people will have an opportunity to request the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. This is followed by Paritta chanting from the Sangha. Once that is finished, we will then start the Kathina ceremony by sharing the Kathina narrative to explain the origins of this auspicious ceremony. The robe offering ceremony starts with the Royal Kathina robe provided by the King of Thailand. The monks will nominate one senior and respected bhikkhu who has completed the Rains Retreat at Amaravati to receive this Royal Kathina cloth. A dedicated blessing to the king will be given by Lompo Pasano. A robe cloth is also offered to the Siladhara community. And similarly, the nuns will nominate one senior and respected Siladhara who has completed the Rains Retreat at Amaravati to receive the robe cloth. The lay community will offer the other cloth to the Sangha as well. After the robes have been offered and received, the Sangha will give an Anumodana chanting for all the offerings that have been made today. Then, after the Kathina robe offering ceremony is finished, this will be followed by a Dhamma talk from Lompo Pasano. There will be a short break before this talk. And now that we are all gathered, we will begin the ceremony, which will be led by Lompo Pasano.
Namayang Buddha Sabhagavato Pupapakanamakalang Karomase Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Now is the time for those who wish to request the 3 refuges and 5 precepts. The text can be found in the chanting leaflet. We will start with bowing 3 times together. Then, with hands in Anjali, we repeat after Mr. Kim Heng, who will be leading the request.
Please bow 3 times. Please repeat after me. Mayam Bante Tisaranena Saha Pancha Silani Chachama Dutiyampi Mayam Bante Tisaranena Saha Pancha Silani Yachama Tatiyampi Mayam Bante Tisaranena Saha Pancha Silani Yachama.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tisarana gamanam nitithang Panati Pata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking the life of any living creature. Adinna dana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking that which is not given. Kame sumichachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from sexual misconduct. Mutsavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from lying. Sura meraya majja pamatadhana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking intoxicants and drugs which lead to carelessness. Imani panchasika badani silena sukating yanti silena bhoga sampada silena nibbuting yanti tasma silang visodaye.
And now Miss Randula Hatotua will request the Paritta chanting.
Vipati patibhaya sabba sampati sitiya sabba dukkha vinasaya paritang bruta mangalang. Vipati patibhaya sabba sampati sitiya sabba bhaya vinasaya paritang bruta mangalang. Vipati patibhaya sabba sampati sitiya sabba roga vinasaya paritang bruta mangalang.
Paritavada me thang sameta badanta avikita chita paritang banandhu sage kame charupe girisi karatate chantalike vimane Di perate cha gamme taravana gahane gehavatum hikete. Bumma chayanto deva jalatala visame yaka ganda banaga. Titanta santike muniwara wachanang sadavo me sunantu. Buddha dasana kalo ayam badanta. Dhamma savana kalo ayam badanta. Sangha parirupa sanakalo ayam badanta.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, dhammāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tutiyampi dhammāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tutiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tatiyampi dhammāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, tatiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sevana jambala nang banditanaṃ ca sevana mujaja pujaniyanang etamma galamuttamang bhatilopade savaso japumbe cakata punyata hata samma panidija etamang galamuttamma bahusa chanya se panja vinayo yasu se kido subhasinda jaya vaja etamang galamuttamang mata pitu upatana Buddha sasangho anakula yakamanda etamma galamuttamang dhananca dhammacharya yanyatakananca sangho anava jani kammani etamma galamuttamang alate velate papa majapana sanyamo appamado yadamme suetamma galamuttamang galavo chanivato yasannute chakatanyuta kale nadamma savanang etamma galamuttamang Nadamma sawa chahetamma galamuttamang napoja brahmacharyaṃ jahalaya sacha nadasanang nibbanasa jakilaya chahetamma galamuttamang bhutasalokadhamme hijetang yasanakam bhatiya soka Vilajang khemang etamma กลมุตตมังเอธาเดสานิขัตวานสามบะธัมมปราจิตาสาบะทะโสติงกาชันติทันเทสังมะกลมุตตมันเตกัลนิยมัตตกุสเลนยันดาสันดังมะดังอภิสเมจะสาโกหุโชจะสุหุโชจะสุวโจชะสมุดวานาติมานิสันเถสโกจะสุปโลจะอาปะเกโชจะสะละหุกโวติสันทินริโอจะนิปโกจะอาปะกาโบกุเลสุวรรณนุเกโดนาจะโกดังสมมาจเรกินจิเยนเวินยุปะเรอุปวเดยุงสุกิโนวะเกมิโนหนดุสาเบสาตาบวันดุสุกิตาตาเยเกจิปะนะโบธาติตาสาวาทาวลาวะหนาวะเสสาดีกาวาเยมหันดาวามาชิมาลาสกาหนุกตุลาดีทาวาเยชะดีทาเยชะดุเลวสันเดียวิดุเลพุทธาวาสะนเวสีวาสาเบสัตตาปวันดุสุกิตาตานปโรปรังนิกุมเบตนาติมันเยตกาตชินังคินชิมบยาโรสนะปฏิกสัญญานัญญมัญญาสดุกเมชัยมาทายธานิยังพุทธังนิสาเหกพุทธมนุลาเคเทวัมวิสามพุเทสุมาณสัมมาวยเยอปริมาณังเมทัญญสะมะโลกัสมิงมาณสัมมาวยเยอปริมาณังอุดังอโดจติริยัญชะสัมภาดังอเวระทัสสะปาทังเดทัญชรังนิสินโนวะสยาโนวายาวทัสสวิกตมิโดเอทะสติงอดิเทยบรามเมทะวิหารังอิดมาหุเดเทจหานุปกรรมศีลวาดาสเนนสัมพันโหกาเมสุเวเนยเกดังนาหิจาดุกะมะสยะพุนเรเตเต
The Kathina Narrative. The Kathina festival is the most important festival in the Buddhist year. It has been celebrated for over 2,500 years and is held during October or November. The Kathina marks the end of the Wasa, the rains retreat, a time when the Sangha abides in monasteries undertaking a minimum of travel. Kathina is therefore an opportunity for lay supporters to make offerings of the requisites to the Sangha, before its members take up more distant teaching and other engagements, and the winter comes on. How did Kathina originate? According to the scriptures, the Lord Buddha was staying at Savatthi, at Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. A group of 30 bhikkhus who had been travelling to meet him there were unable to reach their destination before the rainy season started. However, they stayed, living in harmony at Saketa for the 3 months of the rains. And then they journeyed on to meet the Buddha. By the time they reached Savatthi, their robes were tattered. So the Buddha allowed them to roam and collect cloth for new ones. The Buddha then, knowing the inspiration that arises from generosity, encouraged the bhikkhus to make a robe and give it to one of their number. The frame on which the pieces of collected cloth were laid out for sewing is called a kathina. From that day to this, lay supporters have initiated an offering of cloth to the whole Bhikkhu Sangha at the end of the wasa, in line with the Buddha's rule that it should arrive unsolicited in the midst of the assembly, as if wafted on a breeze. The bhikkhus then formally agree which of them will receive it, and after the cloth has been offered, all of them will try to take part in the making of the robe, which must be cut, sewn, and finished before dawn the next day. At the time of the Buddha, the Bhikkhuni order also had a Kathina ceremony. This Forest Sangha nuns community is not an order of bhikkhunis, but of siladharas. In keeping with the robe offering tradition, and at the request of the lay community, a cloth is also offered to the nuns. They have fulfilled the same wasa determination as the bhikkhus, and will likewise designate a member of their community to be presented with the cloth for a robe. The annual offering of cloth for monastic robes in this way is important, as it acts as a catalyst and opportunity for the wider lay community to mark their appreciation of and continued support for the Sangha. And often many other gifts are offered at this time. A spirit of generosity and love of the Dhamma is often joyfully generated through practical involvement as lay practitioners prepare for and participate in the ceremony. So, having clarified our intention in participating in this ceremony, now is the time for the offering of the Royal Kathina robe and other requisites to the Sangha. The Royal Kathina robe that has been brought over from Thailand is presented at the King's Shrine. Mrs. Peng Tan will now come to the shrine to receive the robe. When the Royal Thai anthem is played, will the lay people in the temple please remain seated?
The Kathina cloth and all these requisites belong to His Majesty, the King of Thailand, who is of great eminence and has deep faith in the Lord Buddha's teachings. The king bestowed these offerings upon Peng Tan and Kim Heng to bring them to the Sangha, who spent the 3 months of Vasa at this monastery. May the Sangha please accept the Kathina cloth and perform the Kathina ceremony according to the permission of the Lord Buddha.
Na- Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. This Kathina cloth and the other offerings present here belong to His Majesty King Maha Wachira Longkorn Pra Wachira Krao Chao Yuhua, the King of Thailand, who is of great eminence and who has faith in the Buddha. On this special occasion, the king has granted his permission to Peng Tan and Kim Heng to offer the Kathina cloth and the previously mentioned offerings to the Sangha who spent the 3 months of the rains retreat in this monastery. This Kathina cloth has come in as pure and unsolicited away, as if it had been wafted here on a breeze and settled in the midst of this assembly, without favoring anyone in particular. However, the Lord Buddha has made a provision whereby the Bhikkhu Sangha can agree to nominate one Bhikkhu to receive the cloth. This Bhikkhu must be one who knows the rules and observances concerning the Kathina ceremony, according to the terms laid down by the Lord Buddha's teachings. He should be pure in moral conduct and have the mindfulness and wisdom to be able to understand the Dhamma in all its facets. This, then, is the Bhikkhu who can fulfill all the Lord Buddha's stipulations concerning the offering of the Kathina. And now the assembly of bhikkhus must come to a unanimous decision as to which of them is best suited to receive the Kathina cloth.
This Kathina cloth and all these offerings have been considered suitable for Pasano Bhikkhu. He is a bhikkhu of mindfulness and wisdom and can perform the Kathina ceremony correctly according to the way established by the Lord Buddha. If any bhikkhu here disagrees, he should raise his objections now in the midst of this assembly. If everyone agrees, they should express their agreement by saying sadhu in unison. Sadhu.
And now may I invite the representatives of the Royal Thai Embassy to come forward to offer their gracious gifts. And now the Sangha will offer an Anumodana chanting for the Royal Kathina cloth, followed by a dedicated blessing to the King of Thailand by Longpo Pasanol. Tan Chao Kun Pra Raja Bodhi Vitate.
ยะถาวาริวาหาภูลาภริปุเรนติสากรังเอวเมวะอิโททินังเพตานังอุปกัปปเตอิจิตังภาติตังทุมหังคิปะเมวะสมิจจตุสเปปุเรนตุสังกปาจันโหปนระโสยันธามณีโชติระโสยถาสัมมาโรโควินาศตุมาเทภวัตวันตรายโยสุขิติกายุโกภวะอาภิวาทนาสิเลสนิจังอุตาปชายโนจัตตารโอธรรมาวาทันเตอายุวันโนสุขังภาลังอดิเรกวัสตังจีวตุอดิเรกวัสตังจีวตุอดิเรกวัสตังจีวตุดีกายุโกโหตุอโรโกโหตุดีกายุโกโหตุอโรโกโหตุสุขิโตโหตุมหาวจิรลังคารณราชาสิทธิกิจจังสิทธิกัมมังสิทธิลาโปชโยนิจจังมหาวชิรลังคารณราชวรสะภวตุสามบดาขอถวายพระพร
And now is the time for the lay community to start the Pangsukula cloth offering ceremony. Please start with bowing 3 times together, and then with hands in Anjali, we can follow Ms. Randula Hatotua and Mrs. Amita Lekamwasan. The words for offering the Pangsukula cloth can be found in the chanting leaflet.
Please bow together 3 times. Please repeat after me. Mayang Bhante Imasming Kathina Samaye Imani Pangsakula Jivarani सपरिवाराणि सङ्घस्य ओनो जयाम साधुनो भन्ते सङ्घो इमानि पांसकुलजीवराणि सपरिवाराणि पटिकन्हातु अम्हाकं दीगरत्तं हिताय सुखाय May we, Venerable Sirs, in this Kathina season, offer these pansakula clothes to the Sangha, together with the other requisites. Please accept these pansakula clothes and other requisites for our long-lasting welfare and happiness.
Sadhu. And now the representative of the Sri Lankan High Commission will join for the offerings.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Now the assembly of Siladhara must come to a unanimous decision as to which of them is best suited to receive the cloth at this Kathina time. The cloth offered at this Kathina time has been considered suitable for Ajahn Tejasa. She is a Siladhara of sound moral conduct, who has a good grasp of the Dhamma and is well grounded in the spirit and letter of the Lord Buddha's teaching. If any Siladhara disagrees, she should raise now her objections in the midst of this assembly. If everyone agrees, then they should express their agreement by saying sadhu in unison.
And now Ajahn Nyanarato will acknowledge all of the offerings made for this year's Kathina, and then Lompo Pasano will lead the Sangha in chanting the Anumodana and make the traditional Kathina receiving announcement.
We would like to share appreciation for all the offerings and other requisites that have been given for this Kathina occasion. And then part of these offerings have been gathered here in a temple on that side, just after where sisters are sitting. This is offered, they are offered either today or last few weeks. The people offered through our Kathina list, so that's all included. And now the Sangha would like to give the Anumodana blessing.
Yadhāvarivaha pula palipolenti sakarang evameva etotinang hetanang upakapate ichitang bhatitang tumhang kipameva samichato sape parandu sangapa chandho panaraso yadha mani chotiraso yadha Samarogo vinasato mate bhavat vandarayo yuko bhava abhivadana sile sani chango dapachayino jataro dhamma vadande nayuvano sukhang Balang kale dadandi sapanya wadanyo itamachara kale nadinang arye suujub Vipasana manatasa vipola hondi dakina yetata hanumodandi vaya vacha galondi va Nate na dakina hona tepi punya sabakino tasma dande apati wana jito yata dinna mahapalang punyani paraloka saming patita hondi pani nande bhavatu sapa mangalang prakandu sabadevada Sama Buddha Nubhavena Sanda Sote Bhavandute Bhavatu Sapa Mangala Rakandu Saba Devada Sama Dhamma Nubhavena Bhavandute Bhavatu Sapa Mangalang Rakandu Saba Devada Sama Sanghanubhavena Sada Soti Bhavandute. Okay. May I have the attention of the Sangha? The Kathina offerings have been properly given, properly received, and properly acknowledged. The Sangha may now spread the Kathina. May all these offerings be held in store and made available for the bhikkhu, the siladhara, and all those who live according to the precepts in this monastery. Sadhu.
So now the formal ceremony of offering Royal Kathina cloth and also Kathina season Pansakura cloth offering has been done properly, successfully. And now Ajahn would say something at this moment, but he's having a 1 year sabbatical. So myself being the duty of deputy, so I'd like to express deep appreciation, gratitude, all the effort made for this occasion. First, to go to Lumpo Pasano. This year, as I said, Lumpo Ajahn is not here, and then Lumpo Pasano kindly came here to support our Sangha since last January, which has been very fortunate and wonderful for us. And also for this Kathina ceremony today, for his presence is enormously important to us. And also, of course, first of all, I'd like to mention the sponsors again, Kim Hen, Pentam, and also Landura Amita helped a lot. And then also the representatives from the Royal Thai Embassy and then Sri Lankan High Commission. So your presence made the ceremony more international too. Also the visiting Sangha at the beginning, Valerie announced, Lumpo Chito, Achan Karuniko, Achan Jutindoro, Achan Hisakone, everybody else, also Achan Chittaparo. So the visiting Sangha's presence, as you heard, the Parita chanting was very, very powerful, more than usual. So this is how the Sangha's presence matters a lot to us. And then also, I'd like to thank the Sharon and the volunteers team. It's you see the lots of flower offering, or you enjoy the meal. So the kitchen food preparing team was working since last night and early this morning. So their effort and willingness to offer is very, very significant to us too. So today Sharon's team had about 100 volunteers. Today's gathering, I haven't got a number yet. Often 700-800, some years it goes up to even 1,000. So to manage this large size function, volunteer support is very essential. So today we know about 100 people came all the way to support this function ceremony, about 100 people. And of course, the appreciation, gratitude to the local resident here, Sangha and the guest. I don't have to go to all the names, but Achan Jiwako, Sangha liaison, and then Sister Nyanesi, Sangha liaison for female part. Their support, seen, unseen, also very, very valuable. And then lastly, to go to Valerie, the MC, who is holding this gathering. So all goes to everyone. And as we chanted Anmodana, I'd like to express heartfelt appreciation to all.
Lompa Pasano will now lead us in chanting the reflection of sharing and aspiration. If you would like to join the chanting, you can find this in the chanting brochure.
Through the goodness that arises from my practice, may my spiritual teachers and guides of great virtue, my mother, my father, and my relatives, the sun and the moon, and all virtuous leaders of the world, may the highest gods and evil forces, celestial beings, guardian spirits of the earth, and the Lord of death, may those who are friendly, indifferent, or hostile, may all beings receive the blessings of my life. May they soon attain the threefold bliss and realize the deathless through the goodness that arises from my practice, and through this act of sharing, may all desires and attachments quickly cease, and all harmful states of mind, until I realize Nibbana in every kind of birth. May I have an upright mind, with mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May the forces of delusion not take hold, nor weaken my resolve. The Buddha is my excellent refuge, and surpassed is the protection of the Dhamma. The solitary Buddha is my noble guide. The Sangha is my supreme support. Through the supreme power of all these, may darkness and delusion be dispelled.
Al Lompo Passano has a gift to give to each representative from the various embassies. May we invite you to come forward to receive your gift. To end the formal part of the ceremony, Lompo Passano will now lead us in chanting the closing homage.
Ma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantha Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sanghang Namami.
Shall we also pay respect to him first?
Now the representatives of the embassies will leave the temple. Please stay seated until they have left. The sponsors would now like to offer some gifts to the Sangha. Lompo Passano has also kindly agreed to give us a Dhamma talk which will take place in about 20 minutes' time. For anyone else who has gifts that you would like to offer the Sangha, you may come forward now. We will return for the Dharma talk at 10 to 4.